It's time for the live PWCC weekly auction. I'm back with my regular co-host, Pokedine. Thank you for joining me.
How's it going, people?
We are back in the UK. We're no longer on the road. It is good to be home. It's good to be back in the studio. It's good to be back here with my regular co-host. My other co-host was a little bit... No, he was great. He was great. He is in the room as well, but he's not with us tonight. So we are back and we are ready to go. So, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button on your way in. I'm going to say hi to a few of you in the chat. We got Woody in this evening. Woody, how is it going? I feel like it's been ages.
Been a while.
Yeah, long time no speak.
How you doing well, bro?
We got Billy and Rubik's in. We have got Green Tea in, who's always super quick with that link. We have got Zach in. How are we doing, guys? Mr. Comics, hello from across the pond in Colorado. Amazing. So the last couple of streams I did of the PWCC auction, I was actually in America. So I was streaming at what would be a normal time.
How was that?
It was okay, yeah, because I'd adjusted to,
Yeah.
And I think both times I mentioned you, I was like, I wonder where Dean is right now, probably fast asleep.
That was me.
But we are back. It's 2 a.m. UK time. It is 6 p.m. Central time. No, it's 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm a bit rusty on the time zones, but welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We got Mr. Lee in this evening, Luxury Ball Guy Vindicated. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Appreciate you all. So,
what's up, everyone?
Tonight we have a lot to get through, and tonight is the night where we're introducing our new segments as well, where we'll be going to be covering some of my top cards, some of Dean's top cards, and I actually put the vote out to you guys this week on my Instagram, so I have picked one card that the people voted for us to talk about and cover as well.
Card.
The people's card. I love it.
I like it.
Put that on a t-shirt. The people's card. We got Ruel. How are we doing? You didn't seem keen on that.
No, it's okay. Yeah,
it's okay. We need to make the other t-shirts first, I think.
Yeah.
I hope the butler makes an appearance. Probably not. He is living his best life playing the TCG over there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be making an appearance tonight. We got PokeGaz, member for 3 months. Hello, hope you guys are well. Thank you so much for joining in. Appreciate you
What's
all.
up, Gaz?
Yeah, Woody, know the feeling. It has been busy here as well. So, no, appreciate you jumping in, and it's great to see you. We got Vintage Greg, PSA 10 Pop 1. Welcome back to the membership.
Welcome
How are
back.
we doing, Greg? Thank you for joining. We got New Zealand in the chat.
Wow.
And I was going to say New Zealander in the future, but we're also in the future because it is, well, we're not in the future. It's actually Monday.
Where are you going with this
I
one?
that
sounds like something I would say.
I was
Even for me, I'm thinking that makes
they
no
are
sense.
Monday, we're Sunday, but it's now Monday here.
Oh, right.
Do you see where I'm going? Yeah, okay, we're on it. We got Dean's link in the chat right there, so make sure you're clicking that. Make sure you are subscribing. And guys, like I said, lots to get through tonight. Some really big cards again, some cards that you might be a little bit familiar with. We've seen a little bit of a trend each week as of recently with some really, really cool design contest cards popping up. And I've actually got some more details to share on those with you, as I've actually spoken to the owner of the cards who's selling them, and they've given me permission to sort of show their social page, because they've been doing some really cool in-depth posts about these cards. So I wanted to sort of share that with you guys if I could do so. So I think we're going to jump straight into it, and we are going to take a look at what's coming up, and then we'll get into the breakdown of the show. And there we go, the familiar PWCC screen. So as you see, we are starting highest to lowest. We're going to do a few highlights, then we're going to get into our segments. And I think, is the butler doing a top card this week, or are you just not telling us?
He's currently scanning codes upside down.
I mean... yeah, we'll leave him to it. We'll
Don't
see.
tell me that. I organised them all.
Oh no. We'll see if he pops up with his top pick. But as you can see, we have got the PSA 10 Spiky Eared Pichu Design Contest, the first grade winner here. Population 1 of 2. And extended bidding doesn't start for 53 minutes, and it's already at $14,000.
This is a wild item up for grabs today, people.
It's crazy. So this is the particular card that I was talking about, that I've actually spoken to the owner of this card, the person who is selling this card, as well as many other cards, and has been for the last few weeks. We've seen a lot of the Arceus design contest, and we've seen actually a lot more of the spiky-eared Pichus as well. So they all belong to one person. this person is selling them all. So I am going to show like their social and their breakdown of their really cool posts a little bit later on in the stream. But you thought I would point that out as well. We got a base set box here, and as you can see with the boxes, they open them, they tamper seal them. There's a little video if you click on the actual listing. This is just to basically avoid the whole scamming, things not being authentic. PWCC have actually put up a little info screen on their homepage, which you might notice when you join the website now, about the boxes. So it's been opened, it's been authenticated, and it's currently at $10,500. We got a first edition Charizard. That is a BGS 8.5. Oh yeah, no, sorry, you can see it if I move my mouse off of it. BGS 8.5 first edition Zard. I feel like every single week we've got a first ed Zard, a base Zard. There's lots of Charizards. I think there's a CGC 9 Shadowless Zard tonight. I might be wrong. There's definitely a Shadowless Zard somewhere. Okay, right, let's get going. So one little card we're going to take a quick look at right here is, drum roll please, the Celebi EX from Unseen Forces. Now, this is not the first time that we've seen this up.
Yeah, we've seen this once before,
yeah,
right?
about a month and a half ago, maybe.
First and foremost, incredible card.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
I think it's one of those ones where it kind of goes under the radar a little bit, and then when you see it again, you're like, oh my goodness, like this is stunning.
It is. It's incredible. And in a PSA 10, it's a very low pop. It's pop 27, hence why it's holding that wild price. Now, as we've said before, low pop doesn't always mean high price, but with some cards it does. And in this case, that definitely helps the
we saw
the
that
price
with
point.
the Suicune EX.
Yes.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, that's also a big one. That's one I would love to own one day. Not that I'm a Suicune collector. I just love that card. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, here we have the Celebi PSA 10. This is a 70 million cert, so not long back from PSA. I think we're on like 75, 76 mil now, possibly, or even 77. Actually, thinking about it,
shooting up.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of cards they're grading. But yeah, this is currently at $7,000. And guys, do remember, all the prices you currently see do not include buyer's premium. Buyer's premium will be added on top once the auction ends. So we got the Celebi up right there. So I'm just going to close that one down. We have then got this card that I would like to talk about. This is the Championship Arena in a PSA 10. This is kind of a bit of a I don't know if underdog's the right word, but like a card that maybe flies under the radar a bit. Maybe a lot of people aren't familiar with it. It's a fairly, as you can probably see by the price,
it's a bit of a niche card.
It's niche. You've got to obviously be into the trainer. It's like the the trainer cards and
championship sort of stuff.
And it's tough because they're niche themselves, but then obviously the prices also get a little bit wild when you get to like the PSA 10 point. So this is pop 39 in a PSA 10, and it's currently at $4,100. So starting to creep up. I think when I was looking earlier, this was sitting around 37, 3,800. So that is one that is popping up as well. I
think with one of those cards, if you're a collector that kind of likes collecting a card of every Pokemon, and this is one of those ones where it's like, oh well, this kind of has a Mew. Or if you collect Celebi, like
because it's got some Pokemon in the
actual
artwork. Some
people like to collect cards that may not even be a Pokemon card, but they have that Pokemon artwork in the artwork in some way, shape, or form. So
that
it's one of those ones that you cannot really realize that it has one of those Pokemon in that you might want to try and pick up. But
no, exactly.
As always, if you guys are bidding on anything, you obviously don't have to tell us what you're bidding on. In maybe there might be someone out there trying to bid on the same thing, but feel free to let us know if you're trying to bid on anything, if you win anything tonight. And I'm sure after our segments we'll try and get a few predictions of the last card.
Oh yeah, we will do that, definitely.
I saw last week was some interesting ones.
We went a little bit off scale last week.
There wasn't a Pokemon card, right? It was those
was the Daniel Arsham stickers.
Yeah, interesting.
Which I didn't even realise existed, let alone were graded in BGS slabs and then on the PWCC auction. So you literally learn something new every single week. One thing I have just spotted, we have a Masaki promo up tonight. It is the Alakazam in a PSA 10. Now, we've actually seen the Masaki Gengar up a lot, but we've never seen it in a 10 on the auction. I think we might have had the Golem maybe once in a 10, but yeah, that's a pretty cool card right there, one of the Masaki promos. We're going to keep scrolling. We got this card, which is coming back to haunt me. I recently pulled this from a first edition base set pack. It will probably be my first and last ever opening of a first set base pack. So there's that in a PSA 10, and one was actually up for auction last week as well. I don't know if it's the same one and it didn't get paid for maybe, or if it's a different copy. We got more booster boxes. We got Plasma Storm. We got black. I don't know if we've seen any black and white.
I was just trying to
we've
remember.
seen modern. We've seen like Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and then we've seen Heart Gold. We've seen EX era, but seeing some Plasma Storm tonight, so that's interesting to see where that one goes. We've got a first edition Dark Charizard in a 10, which is nice.
Yeah, I know Billy's got that in a PSA 8, so congrats on that.
Oh, lovely. First Ed Lugia in a 9.5. We have got lots of ponchos tonight. This one in particular here is the Shiny Charizard Poncho Pika. This is population 1025 in a 10. So, little bit of a discussion here with regards to some of these modern poncho promos. So we've got the Rayquaza and the Charizard. You got the Gyarados as well, and the Magikarp Pikachu ponchos, the full arts. You've also got the likes of the Mario Luigi collaboration. Now these are fairly modern. When I say modern, we're talking 2016, roughly thereabout. They're not vintage cards. When we think of vintage, we're thinking all the way back to the early 2000s, maybe.
Say that though, we're coming up to 10 years. 3 years away. It's 10 years.
Let's not dwell on the fact that was 10 years ago, because it's making me feel violently old and unwell. So these are still holding wild pricing. Yeah. And even this being over 1,000 pop in a 10, it's not a low pop card. There are plenty of them out there, and that's just in a PSA 10. But still, this one currently sitting at $3,100. So I thought it was just interesting. I wanted to give some form of statistic on one of these ponchos, because I know a lot of them are fairly high pop in 10s. What's your opinion on these? Because obviously you love Charizard.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, you kind of get these cards over the times that have that perfect combination of certain aspects. For instance, these ponchos is Pikachu, right? Pikachu's like the mascot of Pokemon, one of the most, it's probably the most famous Pokemon. You've got obviously Charizard ponchos, which is Charizard's one of the other most popular, or kind of the chase Pokemon card that everyone goes for. So it's got those two editions, like you said, with the Mario and Pikachu, or the Mario and Luigi. Sorry, they're very cool collaborations with two iconic companies of Mario and Pokemon. So I think you get these type of cards where it doesn't really matter on the age. There's so much aspects in terms of there's so much popularity between maybe the brands or the Pokemon that are actually in the artwork, that I think they're always going to be like a chase in some way, shape, or form.
And these full art ponchos are beautiful as well. Yeah, like I can see. And Mr. Lee has correctly pointed out that a lot of the Japanese Pikachu promos have gone up quite a bit lately, and we've seen that massively with the collaboration you were talking about, the Mario and Luigi Pikachu collab. I remember when I was buying both the sealed boxes for the price that just the full art Mario is going for now on its own in a 10. So it's wild to see where that's going. But like you said, they haven't. That Mario collaboration, I don't know if they'll ever beat that either. We haven't seen anything like it since. Yeah. And actually, I don't know what they would do that would be the level of iconicness, if that's a word, that would be on that level.
They rumored that they were going to do a Zelda.
I heard that, and that was I feel like it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was the same year as the 25th anniversary.
So, I mean, we haven't seen anything. Maybe that is something down the line, but we haven't seen anything, or I haven't seen anything since then to hear anything about it. Chloe, welcome in. How are we doing? If you've just jumped in, guys, thank you for joining. Hit that like button on your way in if you haven't already. So yeah, just a little bit of insight, just to remind you guys that the population of the card doesn't always relate to it being a high price. As you can see here, this in a 10, there's over 1,000 of them that exist. So just wanted to point that out.
Oh, and also there are Japanese exclusives.
Yes, as well. So here we have the non-shiny version, and then down here we got some more. So I'm
it's
gonna.
Not actually the non-shiny version, you know. It's the X. There's two types of Mega Charizard.
Oh yeah, it's the X. What?
Y.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the Y.
True. Yeah. There we go. So there are more of these, and I am going to show them. But I do just want to talk about this card right here, and this is another one. In a 10, take a wild guess. You might have just seen that number.
I thought you had a bug on your screen.
In a 10.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
What, price or pop?
No, population. Bear in mind, obviously, out of all the Scream promos, this and the Mimikyu tend to hold the higher price.
Isn't the Psyduck the hardest to get in a 10?
Yeah, I mean, they all struggle with centering, but the Psyduck always seems to be more.
How many was the ponchos before?
The the shiny Charizard poncho we just looked at was 1,025 in a 10.
Oh my god, it's actually loads. I'd probably say like 800.
2,225
Wow.
in a PSA 10. So
that kind of makes sense because it was 2018.
Again, this is even more modern than those ponchos we're looking at and the Mario Pikachu collab. It is wild.
Yeah.
The number over 2,000. I mean, it will be 2,500 before we know. I mean, every single week, I think we've seen at least one of the screen promos up. Like I said, the Mimikyu and the Pikachu always tend to be. I mean, the Mimikyu is the most expensive, or what we've seen going for the most expensive. This currently at $2,600. And I actually think this is up from the last couple of weeks. I remember I did a stream with you. It must have been before we went away, and I think it went for around $1,900.
I can't remember, but
I think roughly. Maybe I'm wrong. But
the other thing I was going to say is, so obviously, the ponchos was 2016. This Scream Pikachu was 2018. Is there some? I can't think. Maybe the chat can help. Is there a promo card, like a Japanese promo card, that has come out in the last year or so that everyone is grading at the moment, of that sort of like kind of same sort of
like caliber?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe the chat can let us know, because it'd be interesting to know the pop report on that, because I can just imagine now that obviously grading grading comes like hand in hand with collecting at the moment. There must be like a Japanese.
This is 5 years old now, even like.
So that's what I'm saying. If that was 2,000, there's 2,000 of those graded. Is that pop 10? That was in a 10.
2,225 just in a 10.
Oh my goodness. So yeah,
like we're not talking about any other grades, any raw that are out there as well.
That's what I'm saying. It must be crazy if the next one that comes out that's this same sort of caliber, how many of those are going to be graded, just because of how normal it is to grade cards now.
Yeah. So
it's going to be actually the postage
promos, and
we see loads of those.
We see those every single week by the tenfold.
Yeah,
but they never hold crazy pricing because you got the Cramorant and the Pikachu. So Dean's going to have a little look on that. Miss Ali just saying the Pikachu Screen PSA 10 has sold recently for around $2,200. That's already way above, because we're $2,600 without buyer's premium at the moment. So. And here we go. We got the Rayquaza down here, and we got the Magikarp, and we have got the Gyarados right here. So we got lots of ponchos up tonight. These are actually fairly old cert numbers, 24 million cert. You can see the old style label. We've also got Karen's Umbreon in a PSA 10. That's also a huge card. We have this, and we're starting to see a lot more of this, some CGC Pop 1s. This is a perfect 10 Gyarados Holo from Skyridge in a CGC Perfect 10. So that means it is a 10-10, 10-10. Corners, edges, surface, centering, all 10s. And we've seen a couple of these bigger cards on the premiere. Was it? It was last week on the premiere. It feels like longer or further ago.
Got it.
You've got it. Okay, Dean's got it. We saw Pop 1 CGC big cards. So yeah, carry on, Dean.
So yeah, that's a good shout from Tyler there. The full art Pikachu from the Pokemon Stamp Box, 7,019 graded so far, and that came out. When did that come out?
7,000.
Was that last year?
2021 was it?
I can't remember now.
Because someone's just actually, and I did think this in my head, the Precious Collector
2021.
Pika.
Yeah, the Precious Collector one. That's a good shout too.
That is like when we're talking about something that kind of compares. It's along those lines.
That's a very good shout.
So yeah, I mean the ponchos are flying. But yeah, as you can see, we've got lots of goodies up tonight. We've got gold stars, we've got autos, we've got first edition, we've got Bandai, we've got more EXs in 10s. We got Call of Legends, the Raikou. That's an absolute beauty right there in a 10. And guys, do let us know as we're going what your favorites are. If you're bidding on anything, you don't have to tell us what that card is maybe until you win it. If you do win it, are you selling anything through PWCC this week? We do have a lot of people buying and a lot of people selling every week. We got the Expedition Mew, but the Japanese version in a 10, which is a really, really nice card. We know in English in a 10, this is absolutely huge.
Yep.
We got a lot of Beckett Black labels as well. We're starting to see a lot more of that pop up. Again, literally just one below the other. I was actually away at Collecticon at the past weekend. My vlog just went up this evening, so check that out if you haven't already. There was a stand, and this was something me and the butler were actually talking about off camera. There was a stand, and they just black labels.
Oh, wow.
But when I say just black labels, they had like 30 of the same card in black labels. So I'm talking, was it Crown Zenith or was it V-Star Universe? It was V-Star Universe. So you know all the golds from V-Star Universe, all of those by the tenfold in black label. They had the stamp promos in black labels. And what we were saying was like, that's all really impressive to be able to show that off. But all you're doing is damaging your own pricing technically. Yeah, if you're having like, and we are literally talking like the butler just said, like over 30 duplicates of the same card in black label. It doesn't make it special then, does it? No. Even though, don't get me wrong, it is technically, you know, the most pristine, perfect version. It doesn't make it stand out as in if there's only two or three of them. So I found that interesting. But yeah, it's obviously whether, you know, people are opening up packs and they're literally just grading loads and loads and loads, hoping to get those black labels. But yeah, you'll actually be able to see that particular stand in my video where it was literally just black labels galore.
Just to interject,
go for it.
The Precious Collector's Pikachu currently came out in 2022. I think at the end of 2022. There are currently 3,417 graded, and 3,417, and 3,162 are 10.
Wow. Be interesting to see what I'm sure we've seen some of those up in the weeklies, but I don't think we've paid attention on pricing with those.
I think we saw a black label.
I feel like we have, definitely. We have got a graded Neogenesis pack now. This breaks my heart a bit. This is the old style booster pack grading where they folded the pack to fit it in the slab.
Yeah, not
why this was ever a thing.
There must have been a reason.
I could not tell you why they thought. They've obviously the thing is they made the case the shape or the size of the card because it fits technically the card. Yeah. So they had to fold, but. I mean, technically, if the packs are 10, then I don't know. I'm not a fan of the folded packs, but there we go. We've got a first ed Genesis pack, and it's the Lugia artwork. So big pack right there. So what I think we're going to do, guys, now we've had a little scan through, we are going to do our segments. So basically, every week going forward, we're going to do your top 5 and my top 5, and we're going to talk about why we've picked them, maybe some little facts behind them. So I think we're going to go ahead and start off. I'll just go through my tabs in order. So the first one in my top 5 this week is this spiky-eared Pichu. It's the first grade winner from the spiky-eared Pichu design contest back in 2009 in a PSA 10. So like I said, I actually contacted the owner of this card this week because they have actually been selling the whole set of these basically, and they've been popping up one by one, week by week. We've seen the Arceus design contest, we've seen the Pichu design contest, and I think they might have had 1 or 2 of the Zoroarks. I am going to look at their social media after we've done our segment so I can show you. And they're not just selling these cards, they're a Pichu collector. And they are actually selling a multitude of other cards, but these being some of the biggest. I just love these design contest cards. I feel like these are even more niche than the Zoroark, and actually they deserve all the attention that they're getting. Yeah. They are beautiful cards. Basically, these cards and the Zoroarks, you might be familiar with them, and the Arceus design contest, a template. Basically, if you have them all lined up next to each other, you'll be able to work out the template. But the kids were given the template to basically design their own artwork around them, and then the winners were chosen and they were made into.
It's kind of like when we were kids and you go into McDonald's and you had like Hamburglar.
Oh yes,
it was like the same design, but you got to like do
make it your own basically.
Yeah, so it's basically that.
These cards week by week are fetching huge prices, and as you'll see on the screen with this one, PWCC have actually added a little subtitle here, and it says PSA population 1 or 2. There's only 2 of these that exist in a 10, so extremely low pop. And not are they only low pop, they are very rare cards in general,
and
niche. They are beautiful. A limited number of copies were printed of them, and this one has actually been great. This is an old cert. This is a 24 million cert.
Wow.
But like I said, the person who owned these and is selling them is a Pichu collector, and they've had these in their collection a long time, I believe, and they're now selling them all for whatever reason that is. I think they go into detail when I'll show you their Insta. So this is my top pick, one of my top 5. I just think it's a beautiful card, and it's really cool to see these sort of things. If we didn't do these streams and weren't looking at these cards here, we wouldn't be talking about these or seeing these anywhere.
Not at all.
So it's super cool that we can keep our eyes on these and see what happens. Number 2 for me is Shock, a PSA 9 reverse Chansey from Unseen Forces. If you don't know the channel or me and you're new here, I'm a huge Chansey collector. This is one I'm actually missing from my collection. I would like to own this in a PSA 10, and I also need a raw copy for my binder along with the non-holo. This is pop 42 in a 9. In a 10, it's only pop 8, so it's actually a fairly low pop card in an 8. And I just think the artwork is super cute on that. You can't not look at that and feel happy. You can't tell me you hate Chansey when you look at that.
Oh no, you got 2 for the price of 1 in that card. You get 2
like,
chances.
what are you gonna say there? You're gonna come out with something. So this is another one of my top 5 picks this evening. Absolutely love this card. I think it's beautiful. And again, I have picked something from all different like price brackets and budgets. Doesn't have to be a PSA 10. It's because I like the card. This one here currently sitting at $34 as well, so a nice little bargain. Next up, we've got something I've never seen before. I picked this, number 1, because Chansey is front and center. I've never seen this before. It is a 1998 Pokemon Japanese Bandai Card-Ass Jumbo Peeled Chansey Eevee in a Beckett 8.5. Now, Beckett grades a lot of these style, you know, stickers, jumbos, poster type items, and I think this is really cool as well. It's got some really cute artwork, some super cute Pokemon. We've got Psyduck, Eevee as well on there along with others.
That's the exact same artwork as the base set Chansey, no?
Near enough. I was going to say, I don't think I've got one up, and there are some, I think there's 1 or 2 base set Chanseys in my
binder.
In my in the
your top
the auction this evening. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That's just something I would personally own myself, just to maybe have on my backdrop or just have within the collection. Like you said with the championship arena, even if that Pokemon features in the artwork and you're a particular collector of that Pokemon, it's cool to try and it depends what you're looking for, but I would personally like to try and get as much as I can. Miss Lee saying, I feel like all Chansey are low pop. Yeah, I mean, in 10s, there aren't actually many Chansey cards when you think about it, and you know, you got the likes of Shadowless Chansey, first edition base set. They are really tough to grade, and they actually can be quite expensive. So yeah, that was another one of my top picks. Next up, we have got, I love this card. So this is the McDonald's Squirtle in a PSA 9 all the way from 2002. In a PSA 9, this is pop 327. And even though Squirtle looks possessed,
now I know why he's in the Squirtle squad.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I know you're a fan of the
McDonald's promos.
The McDonald's
in general,
promos,
the
Charmanders.
Yeah, so cool.
I think there's a Charmander up tonight as well, actually. But I love this. I'd actually kind of like to put the set together of these, not necessarily in PSA 10. I just think they're really cool cards. I love the artwork on this. So let me know, chat, again, what you think of our top picks as we're going through them.
I was so close to securing a deal for a raw one, which the
Charmander.
Yeah, he didn't want to sell it in the end, and he graded it, and it got 10. So I was like, congrats, but low key,
but I hate you
wish
deep
I
down.
got that card off him.
Oh, the regret. I'm sure there'll be another opportunity.
Yeah.
And we actually see a lot of these pop up on the weekly as well. So even if you started off by getting a 9, I've just noticed there's a huge swirl in the bottom right-hand corner of that as well. So yeah, love this card. Another top 10 pick of mine. Then we have got this. Now, this is the 2010 Pokemon Center Shopping Pikachu promo. I love this. I love shopping myself. So in a PSA... I mean, or if they're tasty berries, bags as well. In a PSA 10, this is population 40. And again, a favorite just because I really love the artwork on this card. I've picked out cards from the auction tonight, and I've literally looked through nearly every page of the auction to pick out some of my favorites. And some of these Pokemon Center Pikachu promos are just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I really love this one. Not one you see popping up very often.
This is
Currently
very Heart Gold Soul Silver era.
Yeah, it's got that kind of vibe. Yeah, and it's at $775, so it's holding a nice price as well. Like I said, not something I don't think I've seen this since we've been doing the weeklies. We've been doing this since January now, and we are in May. So
I haven't seen it.
Time flies when you're having fun. So that is my top 10 of top 5 of the week. Now we're going to be moving on to Dean's.
Right,
take it away.
Up first, in no particular order, we have this Pikachu, which is the 20th anniversary Camp Pikachu. I just really like this one. Like you said, we try to find some cards that are like a variety of price ranges, and this one seems to be relatively cheap, currently at $90. I'm trying to think where I put it. Yeah, so the last sold is around $150. So I'm assuming that this is going to go up.
Still got a bit of time.
As you can see, 27 minutes. But I just think this is a beautiful card. And I know there are a lot of Pika collectors, Chibi being one of them. I'm sure he would love this one. He doesn't already own it. But this is actually a pop report of 1,593.
Wow.
So I feel like as we've seen before, 2018 was kind of the year where I guess a lot of people were submitting cards to get graded. So a lot of cards, a lot of these Pikas and the Pokemon Center ones get graded. So I think these aren't that difficult to pick up. But once again, beautiful, beautiful cards. So
very nice.
That's that one. Moving on to a unreal card for in my opinion. Mewtwo is like my third favorite Pokemon, so I thought I'd showcase this one. Currently at $340. I'm just trying to find this in my notes because they're in a different order. But
there's two of these up tonight as well.
Yeah, there's two of them. And this is I'm trying to find the name of it. It's called, here it is, the Japanese Game Boy. Now, it says GR Mewtwo, which means Great Rocket, which I only found out. But this was, I think, a Game Boy promo. And I just love the artwork of this Mewtwo. I think it's so, so sick. And this is pop 450 in a PSA 10. So not that low, but not that high.
No, kind of middle ground.
So I'm definitely interested to see where this one drops and kind of finishes on, because these Game Boy promos, as you can see, it's got that little GB logo right there. I think in English we got one which was the Meowth, and that was for buying the TCG card game. I just think they're sick, and the fact that it just, look at the artwork, I think that's so sick.
Really, really nice card.
So that's that one, number 2 for me. Up next we have a Battle Festa. This is from 2015. I really like these, and there's one actually that we've probably seen a few times on PWCC.
I think it's been up a couple of times, since we've been doing this.
Which has the Bulbasaur, basically the Gen 1 starters, and I think that is probably the most expensive one, just because it's Gen 1, and it has got the OG starters in. But there are some other really cool ones too, like this one right here from 2015. Like I said, it's got Mega Mewtwo, both versions actually, and this is actually a pop of 1,045.
So again,
which actually for 2015,
that's not, considering some of the other ones we've seen.
Yeah, I think that's quite surprising.
It doesn't quite hold the price that the other one you like does, obviously, because of the Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, 100%. But I think these are starting to gradually gain in popularity. I think, especially as mentioned, the 2016 one is like a lot more expensive.
Yeah, and don't forget the 2016 one also has the anniversary stamp on it as well, so I think that might add into why it just demands it's got the Gen 1 starters, it's 20th anniversary, the actual card itself is really nice. So I think it's got like
multiple kind of aspects, as mentioned earlier. So that's another one which is beautiful, and it'll be interesting to see where that ends on. Moving on to...
Ooh.
Now you had...
just jumped up as well.
It did. You had Chansey. Charizard's my favourite Pokemon. And this is actually quite a cool one because, as you guys know, in the 25th anniversary, so 2021, Pokemon released the Celebrations UPC. And inside that, you got 2 metal cards, a Charizard and a Pikachu. And PSA were grading them, but only for a very short period of time. They actually stopped grading them because I think... the case may have not fitted them properly because they rattled a little bit, which ended up damaging the metal card. They chip quite easily, but they are actually grading them now. So if you guys were looking to get your metal cards graded, you can actually grade them at PSA now. So yeah, the reason I put this on, obviously Charizard's my favorite Pokemon. There is actually only 72 of these in a PSA 10. Who knows what that will go to now PSA are starting to accept them a little bit more. It actually looks like they've kind of vacuum sealed it.
So do you know how they do with the jumbos?
Yeah.
I used to have one on the back dock. I don't think I have at the moment. I think they've added in that extra like sleeve layer that's obviously then holding it. That's why I was just sort of zooming on so you can see that shine right there.
So yeah, I thought I'd add that in because it's a beautiful card. And then also on the May 7th, so pretty recent sales, it sold for $1,876. So it's currently at 2,100. It'll be interesting to see how much that goes up by, see if there's a big difference in recent sales. But yeah, I actually have 2 of these that I want to get graded.
What are the conditions like on them? Because I know when I opened my UPC, the Pikachu had a bad day and had a literal chunk missing out of it.
Did the Amazon driver launch it from his van?
Yeah, it flew. And the Charizard was just generally like off center and had several like specks on it. I
haven't inspected it properly. From first look, the back looks decent on one of them. The second one is off centered on the front, so it'll be interesting to see what that actually gets. But
yeah, I mean, it's worth giving it. Now that they're grading them again, it's definitely worth giving it a try. I know that the Butler actually had a PSA 9 gold Pikachu before they stopped grading them.
Yeah.
And I know that all like even just your regular loose card can definitely move around in the SAB, but there was that you could definitely tell there was a bit of I think the other reason was they were either worried about damage or maybe there'd been some cases of damage when they were
pressing it,
sealing them in the actual case. I think it was a combination of things that maybe they realized it wasn't as easy to just agree to grade them straight away. But they stopped grading them for like over a year and a half. They actually really took their time. It wasn't like a few weeks and they came back. It wasn't a quick fix. They obviously put the time and the effort, because I've got some patches graded from WWE and they're the same size as a normal card slab, but they are thicker. So I don't know if they've used, maybe they kind of looked at that and then they were like, how can we make a middle ground of that? But yeah, I don't know if you've ever graded patches with PSA, but it's like the cases are weird. I can't explain. They're thick and they have like a lip on them, so they're chunkier, but they are the same size as the card. I'll show you them.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that one 2100. So
yeah, 2100 and still 20 minutes left. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. Now this one, my final top 5 pick for today, is a very interesting card. I wouldn't actually probably go for this one, but the artwork on this is just so stunning. Maybe we can like zoom in on it a little bit. It's a Scizor. From the Japanese set Reviving Legends. Now this is a first edition holo. And this, fun fact, I don't know if there's any other cards like this. There may be. First of all, the artwork is insane. It just looks crazy. But this has 2 illustrators.
First edition down here.
Yeah, but it has
double illustration.
So I don't know what direct means. Maybe it was directed. Who knows? But yeah, it's got 2 actual names on it. But just look at the artwork on that. That card, if you guys like anime, this looks like a scene straight from an anime. This looks so cool. And I think the last sold of that was $1,500.
Wow. Okay. So currently at 4:30.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't forget, guys, extended bidding starts in 20 minutes, but extended bidding is now all access. So prior to all access being a thing, you had to have placed an initial bid before the extended bidding period started to be able to bid during extended bidding. Now anyone can bid during extended bidding. So basically the first extended bidding window starts in 20 minutes. It runs for half an hour. If cards get a bid in that first half hour window, they'll move into the next window, which is then 5 minutes. If they don't get a bid in that first half hour window, they will end. And I'm going to go by Eastern time just because it's just the first one that comes to my head. So basically, extended bidding starts at 10 p.m. Eastern time. If by 10:30 p.m. the cards have not had a bid on them, they will end at 10:30. Their buyer's premium will go on top and they will end. If they have had a bid at 10:30, they'll move into the next window, which is 10:30 till 10:35, and then so on, 35 to 40, 45 to all the way up. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
And I forgot to mention that price of 1.5k was a BGS 10.
Okay.
So it wasn't actually PSA
But it will
10.
be interesting then to see where, because a lot of the time I feel we see sometimes PSA 10 holds over BGS 10, and sometimes BGS 10 holds over PSA 10 with different cards. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. So let us know, guys, your favorite top picks from both myself and Dean this evening. Hopefully you're enjoying that, where we're picking out maybe cards that we wouldn't normally have had the time to look at and, you know, spend a little bit of time on. And like I said, I also put out to the chat what was your guys' top card, basically, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to scroll through to it. This is a card that I think I actually posted a picture of it earlier in the week on Instagram. I'm just going to have a little scroll through, and maybe it is on page 2. I've sent over 50 of both Charizard and Pikachu to PSA. Damn.
Wow.
That is that's a lot of Pikachus and Charizards. So on Instagram, I asked you guys what your top pick of the week was, and this one got the most votes. So some of you may be familiar with these. Oh my goodness. I think I nearly just choked on my own oxygen. Excuse me. This is a beautiful card right here. So this is the BGS Black Label Japanese World Collection Pikachu, and it's the Japanese language. So the World Collection Pikachus, if you're familiar with them, came in a binder, and it had all different languages. There was English, there was Polish, there was Japanese, there was Spanish, there was French, and each one had a different artwork. The Japanese one is definitely one of the popular ones out of all of them. The Polish one tends to hold quite a good price and is quite popular. It has loads of flowers in the background. You'll probably recognize it as soon as you see it.
Yeah.
This right here is in the best possible version you can find it in a Beckett Black Label 10-10-10-10, and this is pop 1 of 2 as well. So very good pick from the from you guys this evening for this one. Every single week I'm going to ask you guys what your top pick is, and I'll always go with the one that has been voted for the most, basically. Maybe I'll pick an underdog every now and then. So here it is at 1,650, but it's a beautiful card. Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself. It's lovely. It's got that hollow that bleeds into the border, which is really nice. Loads of hollow on the background there. I'm trying to see if I can see a swell. I don't think I can.
It's quite an iconic Pikachu artwork
yeah,
as well.
it's a really, really nice card. So great choice from you guys this evening. So we will keep an eye on that, and we will see where it goes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Instagram of the seller that is selling the spiky-eared Pichus and the Arceus design contest and a few of the other cards, which are actually fairly lower end, some of them. So there's a whole mix. So I have spoken to Pichu Collector directly and asked if it was okay to share the socials and all the information. And immediately you'll be able to see straight away where there is a little bit of a breakdown of what's going on here. So if we go back to where it all started, Pichu Collector actually attended a card show here in the UK where PWCC were taking in consignments, and they decided to drop off their entire collection, as you can see it right here. I can even see some coins down here, a whole mix of things. So the description is, you can't see it because our camera's in the way, but I will read it. It says, handed my graded Pichu cards over to PWCC Marketplace today at the Farnborough Card Con. It's a weird feeling not having them in my possession anymore, but I'm eager to see what the future holds. I'm aiming to start listing these for sale around mid to late February. I'll be listing 2 or 3 cards per week, and we'll post what the schedule is here, so keep your eye out if there's anything you're after. My 2009 design contest set will start being listed sometime in April, and before anyone asks, no, the telephone cards aren't for sale. I'm keeping those in my PWCC vault for safekeeping. Okay, so that is basically a little bit of background as to how PWCC acquired the cards on the auction, and then from there it basically kicks off. Here is the first announcement saying the Pichu Collector finest PSA graded Pichu collection, and when the auctions start, that 2 to 3 are being listed each week. 98 PSA 10s, 20 PSA 9s, and 2 PSA 8s. So we have the complete 2009 design contest Arceus and Pichu set, E3 2002 and NY press conference samples, and 2010 design contest Pokemon fan Zorua. So I did say I knew there was one from the Zorua collection in there as well. So as we go through,
is that a square cut?
we get a Oh, where did that just go?
Oh, it's that arrow there.
Yes, there it is. Square Cut Pichu. I don't think this is one of the cards that was up on PWCC. I think this is just part of their collection, and it just happened be between the two posts. But we know that CGC grade a lot of Square Cut cards, and they're pretty cool. Butler actually picked up a Square Cut Polytoad from CollectCon, which I don't think he was expecting to get. Yeah, love a Polytoad. So this is what's happening every week, and this is how they are laying out as to what's coming up and what the auctions look like. So as you can see, there's a whole range of cards. It's not just the design contest cards. And every single week, so we've got week 1, the little dates, you've got the Pichu coin as well. I don't think we saw that, but again, because when we're looking, we do miss, I don't think we've looked how many items are up on the auction tonight, but there's always a lot. It's probably 3,500-4,000 roughly.
3,138.
There we go. So there's a lot to get through and see. So each week they're doing a little cover as to what's going on, and at the time of them posting where the current bid is on the item. There's some really cool cards here. Like this Topps Pichu right here, none graded higher, which is pretty cool. And then we start to see the design contest cards drip in as well. So if you're a Pichu fan, you will love it. So this is pretty cool here. This was posted back in 7 weeks ago, so whenever that was. It says this week's PWCC auction features my first grail piece from my collection. 1 month before Expedition base set launched in the US, this sample Pichu card was part of a 10 card set used to demonstrate the upcoming Game Boy Advance e-reader at a press conference held at the New York Pokemon Center in August 2002. It's not known whether these cards were intended to leave the event, but it's believed that fewer than 50 copies made their way into the hands of collectors. This is one of those, and I actually have the sample Chansey in a PSA 10.
Wow.
Which is a pretty cool card. And I don't think I'll ever own any of the other sample cards because they're all fairly pricey themselves. But
I got given a sample at Sainsbury's the other day.
A sample of what?
It was like a chocolate. So that was a nice little sample. I didn't collect it. I ate it.
We collect different samples.
I mean, I'll take a sample Pokemon card, but I think it's out of my price range.
And you can see the sample text down here in the bottom right-hand corner, obviously showing what they were originally. They were demonstration cards, basically. But a lot of them, we have seen them filter out, and people have got them in their collections to date. So each week I'm just going to scroll through features. There we go, there it is, front and center. Some really cool cards though. There is the Zorua Illusion Zorua. This is the Pokemon fan winner in a PSA 9. That is, I think, my favorite artwork from the Zorua contest cards.
The one where it's like Lugia versus it looks just like a scene from Avengers.
There's one with a Ho-Oh in the background that's really
what
yeah, that one is beautiful, but this one is just like the definition of happiness. I absolutely love it. So here we go. Here's a little overview of all the design contest cards. I mean, they speak for themselves. They are insane.
Yeah, really nice.
So again, just thought it'd be really cool to show you the person's collection and their social media and the way they're displaying it every week, so that everyone who follows them kind of gets an insight into what's coming.
We mentioned the stadium card. As you can see, there's a Professor's Elm lecture there with a Pichu in it. So he's gone for cards that aren't even that have Pichu in any way, shape or form. It's a trainer card. So.
Yeah. Which is really cool, which you can see why and how collectors, maybe branch out from there. Obviously, a lot of, these design contest cards aren't set cards, but how, people can branch out and go in different directions. So, we've got the Arceus design contest cards as well. Again, Pichu on the Pokemon Collector right there, which is pretty cool. And again, as the week goes through, I love that. The Pichu 10 from Expedition. What a beautiful card. We keep going, week 12, and then I think that was the last one. So this is 4th to the 14th of May. So this is the one we're seeing up currently tonight. So again, they are basically updating it as they go. And it's just, I think, a really cool thing to to be able to see, and I wanted to share with you guys because we're seeing them every week. So maybe we'll refer back to this. But thank you to the Petrie Collector for letting me know.
Yeah, congrats on an awesome collection you had.
That I can share your posts as well, which was pretty cool. We got Vintage Greg, PSA 10 Pop 1 member for 21 months. Speaking of e-reader, a little birdie told me of some Aquapolis. Greg hears E-Series and Greg, what time is it where you are? It must be like coming up to 4 a.m. Have you just got in or are you just getting up? I need to know. We got King Kong in. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Hi from Northeast England, a little town near Newcastle. We got some late nights in tonight from the UK. Chloe's a late night. She's always in every week.
No sleep.
I love to see it. Guys, let us know right now in the live chat where you're watching from this evening. As always, I love to know. These streams are good for those maybe who technically we stream a bit too early for on our normal streams, so you get to catch us at your sort of like late evening time. Appreciate you all being here. We got Pokey Lucario, member for 6 months. Good to see both of you guys back streaming together.
What's up, Lucario?
Appreciate you. Hope you are doing well. Just wanted to know if PWCC do international shipping. They do. Just double check on their website. Again, if it's a really obscure location, you will have to check. But yeah, you know, that I've had them shipped to me before, etc. I know we've had people from Australia in the chat, all sorts. So yeah, international shipping. We got Pokemon Shed Aussie 4 a.m. Greg, what are you doing?
Team no sleep.
Team no sleep. I blame you for my late nights in the best way possible, Chloe. We love it. 6:52 p.m. here in Vancouver. I'm doing 24 hours from tomorrow. Chloe. All the best.
That is going to be...
Got some supportive sound effects there from the one and only. We got Australia. Perfect stream time for me. Just nudging lunchtime.
North Carolina.
I was waiting for you to do that. I wasn't going to be able to pull it off. So we are worldwide tonight, people. We got Trinidad and Tobago. We got Qatar. RJ, welcome in. How are we doing? Woke up, got strep of all things, so had to wake up for antibiotics. Damn. Greg, I hope you are feeling better soon.
Man.
9:53 here in Florida. I actually did this live stream from Florida 2 weeks ago. That seems like such a long time ago now. That seems like a hot minute ago, but here we are.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does indeed. And we're back. Hey from Gateshead. Hi, Dean and Chloe. Welcome
What's up,
in,
Pineapple?
guys. How are we doing? Still in Philippines, currently 9:52 a.m. having breakfast. Texas, amazing. I was in Texas last week doing this live stream. So we've taken the PWCC live stream.
It's gone worldwide.
It's gone global, but we are back. So I think we're going to have a little look. We're going to do a little refresh and see where some of the prices are. Could I just please request from the butler a water top up, please, in my Stanley, if possible? Would you like to put an order in?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, butler.
Why is he looking at me like he is just risen?
He's got
from
2
the dead.
prize cards left, and he's got 30 seconds left on the timer.
Right. Oh, no, he's TCG-ing. Okay. Well, it just when at your earliest convenience would be great.
But while we've got another 5 minutes left on the extended bidding...
before the extended bidding starts.
Sorry, yes. I want to speak about this base set box because...
Yeah, I'll open it up.
Sealed boxes are starting to go up a bit by the looks of it.
They are, and we've had multiple questions during streams as to whether the opening of these boxes to authenticate them affects the pricing. We haven't seen that once.
No, we spoke about it quite a bit actually, in the sense of the type of buyers that are buying these boxes now. Obviously, we are now in an era of rip and ship. There's a lot of people doing it. Streamers,
me and you,
content creators. So yeah, I think that there is a lot more people who aren't actually that bothered about it being opened. Whereas they're actually more bothered about it being legit.
I was going to say they're more happy that it's actually 100% authentic. They have full comfort that what they're spending their money on. And also, the items that PWCC are getting in are also authentic because there would be nothing worse than selling a non-authentic. So it works for both sides of the party in that aspect.
Yeah, 100%.
Rhett, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So this is the little video they have now. There is a voiceover that goes with this, but obviously we're talking over that. But basically, it is a video that shows... Oh, let's mute that. It shows the box itself being opened, all the packs being taken out and sorted through. Thank you very much, Butler. Just and ice, please. And basically they'll pop it all back in, and then they will tamper seal it up, and they've got their own little tamper seal stickers right there, and they tamper seal the bottom as well. And you get a full image of the box. But yeah, we're not actually we're not seeing any effect. Greg's just popped something in the chat, and this is always a very interesting talking point. When will we finally hit a scarcity wall with Watsy boxes? Do we even know how much is even left out there? The answer to that is no. I don't think we'll ever know. And just off of some things that I have been witness to and just know of in general, maybe where there's been some people who have been selling large quantities of boxes, especially as of recently, I don't think we're anywhere near. Well, I think some people think there's literally this one cupboard with about 5 boxes left in it, and honestly, I don't think we need to worry at the moment.
I think in the last 2 years we've been
we've shredded through.
Surprised with the amount of, well, maybe I guess it depends on how long you've been collecting for, maybe, but I mean, from a personal standpoint, I've been very surprised of how much Watsy there actually is.
Just when you think there won't be any more box breaks, there is.
When you think that it's literally over 20 years old now, you think, wow, there can't be that many left. But time and time again, there's a new base box being opened every week or whatever.
Fossil, Jungle.
Yeah, literally, there's so
and
many.
we're talking unlimited here as well.
And I think I don't know, maybe another way to look at it, I don't know if it's the actual question, is maybe instead of like. What was the question? Do we know how much there even is? Is it, do you think that the interest will die down before we run out of boxes? So do you think people will just move on from Watsy? Or do we think that there'll always be that like demand for it, and then we will eventually, because if as things keep going, we will eventually run out. How long that takes, I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is that will people be still as interested in it compared to the amount there is? So maybe just say in 20 years, people just don't really
care about base anymore. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a generational thing. I think each generation are going to have the sets they want to open and the sets they're going to buy, and even dip into other generations, as we see probably people who didn't grow up in the Wizards of the Coast era buying into Wizards of the Coast, obviously.
I've got an interesting story, actually, if you want to hear it.
Go for it. I love a fun story from Dean.
I was doing a talk at at BBC Studios in Manchester, and I met this guy who's very high up in PlayStation. He actually made the VR headset for PlayStation. He like designed it.
Damn.
And he also like made the controller. And I was talking to him about what I do about Pokemon stuff, and we were talking about, I said, I wonder like how long it'll take before the interest of Pokemon dies down, because it just doesn't seem to like end. Obviously it's been going on for however many years, 25 years, 27 years.
Christ, we're old.
And he was like, the way he gauges it is, so in England, I know there's a lot of people from different countries. We have a program called Annie's Roadshow.
Antiques.
Yeah.
Who's Annie?
Good old Annie. She's the host.
Annie,
Antiques
okay?
Roadshow. So basically, it's a program. It's kind of like Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
Where like you kind of just see people bring in like old stuff and they value
Clocks
it, and then they
China.
Yeah.
But even like modern stuff as well.
Yeah, and he was saying that like maybe like 10, 15 years ago, you would see people bringing in like pottery or paintings or like cutlery that's like really old, and people really like want it. And then he says like nowadays you see people bringing in like Pokemon cards, and like he thinks at some point it's going to be like a different thing. So like from that point, it's like I just think there's going to be a point where people will bring in, I think like Fortnite might be the next thing.
So I was going to say to you, so from the point of Pokemon to the point of Fortnite, that's quite a big timeline gap, right? And I've had a couple of people say to me, like, especially people who aren't in the hobby, and whether it's like friends, family, old colleagues, being like, what like they're like. So there was Pokemon, and that's still going to this day, but it had, you know, when it was initially released, it was a, you know, big deal, and we're all buying into what we were originally buying back then. I can't think of another franchise
that big
that's had this big like re-interest back into it.
Yeah.
Like to the level that we're seeing, where it's still kind of going today and still wild, or even one that's not going today. I mean, you've got people who collect Beanie Babies, and there was this whole thing where people started raiding their lofts and getting all their Beanie Babies out fun, and they were worth about £3.50, and you might be lucky to get a £5,000 Beanie Baby. But I can't think of like, don't get me wrong, there are other franchises, there are other collectibles from our childhood and all that sort of thing, but not to the scale.
Yeah, and I think the hard thing is though is that we haven't lived it. Like Pokemon as kid, like I guess like it would be interesting to be a child at school now with the hype of like the likes of Fortnite to see if it felt the same when we were kids. Then maybe in 10, 15, 20 years time, people see the floss dance emote as an NFT or something, I don't know, and people go, oh my god, like I remember the floss, like, but unless you lived it, you're never gonna know.
You're never gonna know,
because we weren't there's things that we have kids have probably grown up with that we just didn't know were a thing because we just didn't live it, we didn't experience it. So
does it not make you feel like really like old though, like like the things we're talking about and thinking about, I'm just thinking like, but when did we start to become vintage? Like when, like how are we now at this age where it's like,
am I scroll?
Yeah, that literally, you know how, oh my goodness, you know how like we do our deep dives into the pyramids and all that. That's another time for another video. Maybe we should start a conspiracy channel anyway. I actually start to think like, oh my God, like 10, 15, in 10 years, I'll be 40.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought. Like,
I've always thought about vintage boxes. Do you reckon if someone like PSA started grading boxes, there'd be a new influx of people trying to get mint boxes instead of the general box?
Yeah.
So the butler's just made a point. So with vintage boxes, for example, say if PSA started grading boxes, he's saying would there be an influx in the interest of people going for like the super mint vintage boxes? Because obviously if you're going to get it graded, you're grading it on condition most of the time.
Yeah. I think that would be a new thing for sealed collectors.
Yeah.
I think that might be a way to bring, I mean, I think that's a way to definitely, as someone who wants to collect sealed boxes, a really good way to kind of, because everyone's chasing that 10, right? So
I mean,
if you had the option of a base set box that looked like it's been drop kicked down the stairs or a minty one, you're definitely picking the minty one. So yeah, I think as soon as you introduce something like that where you can rank something, you're gonna get those people that want to flex. Oh, I've got the PSA 10 base set box, you know.
Can you imagine if that becomes a thing?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past it, genuinely. Like, it's a way of getting an extra service, you know. So
it is. I can kind of, it's going to be interesting. But
so yeah, my question is always like, will the interest die off before the supply dies off?
Yeah. I mean, it will be very interesting. Obviously, with vintage boxes, you know, I feel like we see it everywhere. Everyone's opening up, everyone's buying it, everyone's selling it. There's not a day that goes by that we don't see a base box, a fossil box, a jungle box, a rocket box, etc. EX era boxes, for example, where that whole era was, you know, of maybe not as much interest, lower print run, all that sort of stuff. I feel like, you know, we're seeing crazy prices on those boxes as well. And they're holding more value than boxes older than them. So, I mean, it's really, it's like a rabbit hole. Once you start talking about it, you can deep dive.
But anyway, back to,
we digress.
Yeah, we digress. We are,
but yeah, actually, that's a good point.
We're in the
extended bidding. So I'm going to quickly chat to you about extended bidding. So basically, guys, 24 minutes. until the end of the first window of extended bidding. And what that means is, for example, if this Pichu here does not get a bid in the next 24 minutes, it will end at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. That will be it. The buyer's premium will go on top and the auction will be closed. If it does get a bid in the next 24 minutes, it will move into the next bidding window, and that bidding window is from 10:30 till 10:35 p.m. Eastern time, and then it'll be 5 minutes all the way up till 11 p.m. Eastern time, and at 11 p.m. yeah, I am getting the time zone right, aren't I? And at 11 p.m. it'll then go to minute windows, but normally at that point there's only a few items left. It tends to end quickly, but as we're watching, you'll be able to see it, and if you've been watching here every week, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So Pichu is currently at 14,000. Doesn't look like.
No, there's a few.
Oh, the Polyrath, of course it has.
There's also a Karen's Umbreon that's got a bid on it.
Oh yeah, I saw that Karen's Umbreon earlier. What I think I might do, I think I might go from low to high, and we take a little look at the other end of the auction. That is never a good sign. Screen just went white. Right, let's see what we got down at the lower end. So, oh, hello. Right, one thing I say, and I say it every week, and I will say it every week going forward. If you ever think that you are someone who doesn't have the budget for these auctions, you are very wrong. There is a card for every single person's budget. So we're currently at the $5 mark, and we actually have raw cards at this level. We also have graded cards at this level, and there are items that end for $5, $10, $15, $20 every single week in the hundreds. So whatever it is you're looking for, guys, I'm sure you will find something you like with the PWCC weekly auctions. So just make sure you're checking it out. We always link it at the top of the live chat so that you can jump in and you can actually scroll through as we're covering the auction, in case you want to go off on a little tangent and check out something we're not talking about.
Get some deals.
I post it every single week on my Instagram, linking the auction directly for you, with it already filtered down to Pokemon and the current week that's running, so you don't have to do anything apart from click the link and start looking through. Chloe's saying vouching for the low budget cards. Me.
Let's go, Chloe.
Honestly, there's something for everyone. So whatever it is you're looking for, do take a look, because you might be surprised. And at the very bottom, we have got an old maid Chansey right here. What a beautiful card. So these aren't like set cards. These are actually Japanese playing cards. We're seeing a lot of these pop up at the moment. Yep. I actually managed to get a box of these sealed from Collecticon. Nice little bargain at the end of the show. Obviously, love the Chansey. You got Charmander in there. You got Pikachu. You got Psyduck. Really cool cards. These cards are kind of fun, just for the fact of like putting them in a binder and it just being like really visually appealing and a cool thing to collect.
Really nice
oh,
colours.
Here we go. We got loads of them. We got Ditto. And basically, I'm going to use this as an example. What you see here is a raw card that has been authenticated as a genuine card. So Mike Baker Authentication, MBA, are the company that work with PWCC to authenticate the raw cards. So every single raw card has a little video right here. How cool are the backs of these cards, by the way?
Yeah, they look so cool.
Every card has a little video showing the card, and then it's placed in a top loader. So it's not a slab, it's a top loader with a label saying certified authentic. That way you know what you're buying is authentic. PWCC know what they're selling is authentic. Everyone's happy, basically. So when you see these are not slabs. These are certified authentic raw cards. And we have lots of them up tonight by the looks of it. And then we're moving into slabs. We got CGC slabs at this level. We have got some raw first edition Neo Genesis right here. We got Fossil right here as well. So let's keep going and see what else we have got. Daniel, welcome in. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, guys, hit that like button on your way in. Make sure you're following along this evening. Appreciate you all for being here. Lots of raw cards at this level. English, Japanese, multiple languages. Again, we've seen every language: German, Portuguese, Chinese, Italian, Japanese, English, you name it, the auction has it. We got vintage slabs even at the $5, $10 mark. So like I said, it speaks for itself. It's here in front of you. I'm not making it up. There is something for everyone at this level. And guys, just a reminder, if you're bidding on anything tonight, let us know. If you don't want to tell us what the card is, you don't have to. Maybe wait until you've won it if you do win it, or if you're selling anything through PWCC tonight, do let us know. I have a CGC9 base set unlimited Blastoise for sale in this auction, still going for a good price. Nice. Nice.
Nice, Herbert.
I love to hear and love to see what you guys are selling, what you're buying at the moment. But we'll try and keep an eye on that one and see where it goes. Right, so lots of graded energies right here. Gym Challenge First Edition. Lots of raw as well as we go. Lots of vintage raw cards. So this is quite good if you're putting together some binders and you need some of those binder gaps filled. It's a perfect place to pick up loads of raw singles, knowing that you don't have to worry about any of them being fake. They've all been authenticated. You know, it gives you a good idea on condition. It gives you the little video. It gives you close-up scans as well.
We haven't done last card standing.
Okay, let's do it.
Do you want me to start off?
Yeah.
Chat, let us know your last card standing if you want to get involved in tonight's game. Which card do you think is, or which Pokemon do you think is going to be one of the last cards to end in tonight's auction? I'm going to go for Umbreon.
Ooh. I'm going to go for Squirtle.
Okay.
Butler, are you going to chime in? Butler's going Pikachu.
He's going safe for Pikachu.
Okay, he's going boring, but...
What about you guys? Let us know in the chat. But yeah, some really nice cards. Another thing we haven't spoken about, and actually haven't actually seen that many. Maybe you saw in the last 2 weeks while away. The rise in tag team GX cards.
Yes.
Especially the alt arts and the trainers.
So it's getting kind of to the point where we were talking about, you know, time passing by. Things are starting to get maybe a little bit of
time. Sorry, I just had to throw that one out there.
I need like a Stream Deck button that just requests you to add in some sort of sound effect. You know, these cards are starting to get older.
Yeah.
And it's almost like there are maybe people that possibly either did collect during that era and they're starting to get that bit of a feel that they, you know, they're not opening a lot of these sets anymore. They're starting to, you want PSA 10 copies of their favorite cards.
Yeah.
Or maybe people getting back into the hobby who didn't even collect or open that era at all, and they're realizing how insane some of the artworks are.
Do you think with the rise in popularity of alt arts from the Sword and Shield era has influenced these price of these cards?
Yeah, possibly. So
come back if there wasn't all arts.
for example, I hear people like with Cosmic Eclipse, there are alternate arts in Cosmic Eclipse, and I sometimes think people don't realize that.
Yeah.
We don't really hear when we hear people talking about alternate arts, we hear the Sword and Shield alternate arts.
Yep.
You got the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia in Cosmic. You got the Blastoise and Piplup all art.
There's actually like 4 artworks.
There's a few.
Blastoise.
And there are some trainers in Cosmic that I have never ever pulled on stream, and I've opened hundreds of packs of Cosmic. There's some I've only pulled once, and there's some I've never pulled.
You know, we never got the Lily Clefairy card in English.
No, as well.
That's
There are some Japanese exclusive cards as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, so for example, talking about trainers, the Lily from Ultra Prism, that card
1.8K, I think
is
I saw.
absolutely flying. I've pulled that one time on stream and I nearly had a heart attack when I pulled it, because I think we were loosely joking about it in the chat how I'd never pulled it before and it was about time, because I'd opened countless booster boxes and triple blisters from Ultra Prism and it finally made an appearance. What do you think about the waifu tax? Let's hear your opinion. I know it's a very controversial subject, and then I will look at everyone's last card predictions.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wild one, especially with the prices that are going right now. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it for a card that, I mean, I would understand if it was like a promotion,
right?
Or if it was like kind of like the Precious.
A limited edition print, not a set card. Yeah.
The fact that it's a set card and you've got the Iona, I think, which is the most recent one,
that
it's going for like $2,000.
I can't.
I just don't understand it because it's so new. There must be so many of them.
Do you remember seeing that picture on Twitter of people queuing outside in Japan for the set to drop?
Yeah.
Like from like 1 a.m. in the morning, and like the shops were saying like, please don't do this, and everyone was like, we're doing it anyway. Yeah. It's causing a frenzy, which is kind of going back to how Pokemon still has this insane pull even today. Like it's almost getting even crazier as time goes on, maybe, in a way.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand why.
That Iona, is that what it's called? Iona?
Yeah, I know.
It's got horrible teeth.
Yeah.
She's terrifying.
I think there's a lot of iffy stats about that
Iffy.
character. But we won't go into that. But yeah, I don't understand it, to be honest. But each their own. and as we can see, it is very popular.
Because
so
we had Miriam in Scarlet and Violet. We even had a raw Miriam on PWCC closer to when Scarlet and Violet released, for like $700-800, I think it ended up selling for. And that was, again, we don't tend to see lots of higher value raw cards. A lot of them tend to be that sort of lower end, but we do see occasionally some higher end raw singles sell. And one of them was the Miriam, and it had literally been out for a couple of weeks, and it was going for $700-800, which, I mean,
crazy.
We've seen how many of them there are out there. I pulled a Mimosa, which is the French. Do you remember at La Gala?
Oh yeah,
well, I had that
French
battle
version.
with that guy who was like, "Yeah, get out of here." I was like, "No."
That was
yeah,
no.
that was fun. But yeah,
What's your take?
I'm not my hot take. I love that. We should have a hot take every week. I think some of the waifu cards, the trainers, are beautiful. I think some of the artwork is great. Some of them I don't get the hype. Some of them I think it's out of control. I don't understand it. I'm not a collector of, there are waifu collectors, trainer collectors, etc. I'm not one of those people. I can appreciate a nice card, the artwork on a lot of them, but some of them, I don't. It's like when we've spoken about the Umbreon VMAX, for example, the alternate art where we've seen wild prices, even though there are literally nearly 10,000 of them graded in 10s, and Black Label. Green Tea, can you do one of those crazy stats that you know off the top of your head? What is the pop of the Black Label Moonbreon? That I can't get my head around.
Yeah, that one I don't understand.
That is just, again, but is it a generational thing? Is that the Charizard of the kids today? But again, they're not bidding on it. You cannot tell me there is a 10-year-old sitting in the playground just being like, I just got to quickly...
Let me just take out some ETH.
Yeah, literally. It's not happening.
So
who is buying the... It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. We got Peak That Chew in. Don't think I've been able to catch one of these lives yet. Hope you guys are well. Miss you, Dean. Thank you so much for organising that lunch in Dallas. It was great to see you. Great to hang out with everyone. Next time we'll bring Dean along.
Sorry I couldn't make it. Thank you for the invite. Hope you guys had a great time. I love a barbecue.
You love a barbecue. I actually ended up having a pizza, right? But it was wild, right? It was this pizza, but it was like a thick pizza.
Like a deep.
Yeah,
deep
but
base.
like not like a deep base. I've never seen this style before.
I've had deep base before.
It was wild. Yeah. I don't like deep base.
No.
This was like fluffy and it was
sounds like a pancake.
Bliss. It was bliss.
Was it?
It was so good.
Oh, I see. Lucario said I remember that Lucario pulled the Magikarp and Wailord alt art. That was wild. I think I pulled in one stream.
Yeah, that's a big card as well.
I pulled the Gengar and Mimikyu too, which was crazy. That was a wild stream. Like 2 of the biggest alt arts from the Sun and Moon era.
Right, quickly, we're just going to keep a look and see what people's last Pokemon standing is. We got Electrode, we got Articuno, Charizard, Gyarados, Snorlax, Politoed.
Woo!
That wasn't the Butler. He is in a different world. He's on TCG Planet.
He has got his hat like Ash Ketchum swiveled round 180, and he's in the zone.
It was like.
The question is, are dubs being made?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Oh,
no,
God.
There's Deep Dish, and then there's what I had. Honestly, I wish I'd taken a picture of it. It was wild. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's have a look. I think so. We got 10 minutes left of this bidding window, so we'll go back to the top and we'll see where some of the cards are sitting at this point. I need to go highest price first. There we go.
About energy retrieval. That's a big card.
Right, let's have a look. So the Pichu is yet to have a bid on it, currently sitting at 14,000. Guys, just a reminder, these prices will add on the buyer's premium, which is 20% when the auction is final. So these prices currently do not include buyer's premium.
So if that base set doesn't get another bid, that's actually probably about right price.
Where we've been seeing them sell. I mean, just at CollectCon last weekend, I think someone said after watching my video, there's no worry in shortage of product. There were so many booster boxes, base set boxes. There was one stand in particular that must have had 20 just on display. So that's what we're looking at.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Snap Pika that surfaced / sold last week? 230,000.
So the Snap cards.
I didn't hear about this.
Is like the Snap.
Pika.
The Snap
This is
cards.
one of the rarest ones.
Yeah, they are. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. That is one of my Grail cards. Is Snap Charmander. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but one day I would love to own one. But
I'm in the wrong tax bracket to be able to afford those. I did have the honor of holding a graded Snap Chansey last weekend as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
a
nice.
different one in
Very
the PSA 8. I held it in my hand, and then I put it back
And
down.
then it got taken away.
Yeah.
But yeah, 230. I think it was roughly estimated to be worth around 300,000. So, I mean, that's comparing to that, it's a little bit low. But I mean, still, I think it's the rarest one, and what I think they tend to go, depending on which one it is, like max 100k. Oh no, what the Magikarp was 130, so 100k more. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's
When we're
moolah.
actually deep in it,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, if there's someone out there who is willing to pay whatever price it is and they want it, we've seen crazy things happen all over the place. So yeah, I mean, it's incredible when these things surface and pop up, like you say. Some don't get seen for years, literally.
Yeah, it's definitely the most wanted one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've got it up on there.
Yeah.
The Squirtle is so cute.
Yeah, so sick.
The Charmander, I get it. But look at the Chansey. Look at that big old egg.
That is kiss. Is that kissing the egg? Is that?
Yeah. Sound effects courtesy of Pokédean right there.
Yeah, the Pikachu's sick. It's very
the
cool.
Pika is sick, but again, it's I mean, if you've got that sort of disposable income to be spending on Pokemon cards, you have one. Anyway.
Has anyone sold a Squirtle? Does anyone know? Has there been a Squirtle? I actually haven't seen one.
I don't think I've seen anyone with a Squirtle as far as I know. But
The
again,
Squirtle's
I'm
cool.
not. All I care about is the Chansey, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, if I had to pick, it'd be the Charmander.
We've all got the cards I think we'd go for. So we got none of the top three right there. Not even the first Ed Zard in a Beckett 8.5 has moved yet. Let's have a little scroll down.
One of the ponchos.
Celebi is at 7,000. Can you remember?
I think it was 9.
Do you think? I forgot
My
to ask
brain is saying
earlier.
9, but I can't. If
Maybe
I'm
you're
being
right.
totally
If
honest, I can't
anyone
remember.
can remember the street. Now this was it was a good couple of months ago now. It was a little while ago. There was a PSA 10 Celebi EX. And
yeah, I can't really
9,
remember.
now you said it, sounds familiar.
I'm not sure.
But currently at $7,000. Obviously, guys, remember, not including buyer's premium. Championship Arena hasn't had a bid yet. Currently at 4,100. Polyrath's had a bid. That card, I'm telling you.
Snap Gyarados gets my vote. Snap Gyarados is definitely doing that. What's up? Do you
Good
remember that Budweiser advert? It's like, voila! That's definitely what Gyarados is doing. It's definitely doing
I haven't
that.
heard anyone do that impression in years. The Masaki Alakazam is at 3,900, awaiting a bid to move into the next window. Same with the Dark Charizard. Now, the CGC Perfect Gyarados Holo from Skyridge is at 3,500, and it has had a bid, so it will be moving into the next window. Just think it's pretty cool when you see these things come up. Like, how much does it affect the price? Again, it takes that one person who's interested when it's come up, etc., etc., etc.
Squirtle is one of the 3 that can't be autos. There's discrepancies. Oh, really? I didn't actually know that. Literally didn't know that. Let me know, Greg, if you have any more info on that. I don't know. Chloe was just looking at
I was gonna say something then, and my mind just absolutely trailed.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Yeah, sorry, that was really good water.
Oh my goodness, I love strawberry water.
I never put that together. Yeah, honestly, it literally looks like it's doing it.
I don't think anyone's put that together, but you know, that's how Dean's mind works. The Plasma Storm box is currently at 3,500, black and white era. The The Zora was Zoroark. This is the 3rd grade winner, PSA 9. That's just had a bid up. That's got at 3,400. That will move into the next window. Oh, there it is. I knew there was a Shadow Lizard. It's a CGC 9 Shadow Lizard. No subgrades on that one. So with Beckett and CGC, you can choose to have subgrades.
Yep.
And as you can see there on that Beckett Stab, you can see the subgrades on the Lugia. Oh, there's a Gold Star Zard up tonight.
Yeah, PSA 9 looks nice.
You have a Gold Star Zard in a...
Can't remember. 7. Huh? It might upgrade to an 8. It might upgrade to an 8 or a 9. I don't know how the 7 did it.
Dean owns that card and he doesn't even remember that he owns it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
We're having one of those conversations.
I look at it and it changes grade every now and then.
That's magic, that is. So a couple of the ponchos look like they're moving into the next bidding window. This is the one we looked at earlier. Population on this is 1,025 in a 10. So again, there's a lot of them out there, but 3,100, not bad.
Yeah, the Pokey Bible showed different card
where's my
details.
silver Bible?
Which is the card. Showed different details, which was why graders didn't want to touch snap cards because some of them have different border details.
Yeah, there was
I didn't know that.
There was some issues with grading them. I've got the silver Bible to hand somewhere. Oh, my phone's dead. We were actually looking at it earlier, and it's got a whole page of the snap cards.
I need to
look
into that.
It's a prized possession of mine. Be careful with
What,
it.
the Bible?
Yeah.
Right.
The silver Bible, not the Bible. Talking about two different things there.
The Pokey Bible.
It gets to a point where I think we're having a couple of different conversations.
Greg said the Pokey Bible.
Yeah, and I said the silver Bible, which is and then you said the Bible, which isn't the silver Bible.
Yeah, the Pokemon Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Is it New or Old Testament? Which generation is it?
Oh, guys, I've missed these streams. I've missed them. The Scream Pika. Now, this is definitely bumped up. It's at 2,800, but when I say bumped up, it's bumped up in price from where we've last seen it selling. Mr. Lee said earlier that he saw one last selling around the $2,200 mark, and I'm pretty sure on one of the last PWCC streams we did together, it was at like 1,900.
Yeah.
So that has shot up. Yeah, it's the silver.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Greg. I'm just making a light-hearted moment. Why is that funny? Oh.
It's 3:27 a.m. and I'm delusional.
Yeah, literally.
Dean's still thinking about.
Quick, read like I am. Dean's still I'm up top as well. Dean's just still thinking about Gyarados and checking back in and out of the. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Karen's Umbreon looks like it's moving 2,400. I think we've seen a couple of Karen's Umbreons in 10. So Karen's Umbreon is a big card.
Sick card.
Really, really nice card. A friend of ours actually graded this in a 10 a couple of months ago, and I think it actually features on one of my PSA return videos, which is pretty cool. So it looks like those ponchos have had a little bid. Let's just see. So this is the only one that hasn't currently sitting at 3,100. They're both sitting at 3,100. Would you value one more than, would you pay more for one over the other? No, to you, they're just both. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Gold Star Zard is now at, is that 3,000?
Nearly 4,000.
3,900. I definitely need to go to Specsavers.
Or just move your cup.
Or what?
Or just move your cup. You'd be able to see it if you moved your cup.
Right. The level of hatred Dean has for this cup is...
It's unnecessary. So unnecessary.
So first of all, I've got two of them. This is Purple Stanley. Second of all... This keeps me healthy and alive. This is 40 ounces of hydrate.
It's a weapon. It's so big.
Do you know what he says when I get this cup out? A mug for a mug?
It's a mug for a mug. Stand by it. That should be their slogan.
It keeps your ice absolutely frozen overnight.
So does a freezer.
I can't put a straw in my freezer.
I beg to differ. Right, anyway, Let's see some more cards.
Oh, let's go up to the top because, we are just moving into the next window. So some of these big ones look like they're about to end right here. Connor, Connor, you saw my Instagram story. That's how Starbucks spelled my name earlier.
Oh,
Chloe.
yeah. I saw that. Chloe?
Okay, so the design contest spiky-eared Pichu has ended at $16,800. I mean, we've seen some huge prices on these, so I hope Pichu Collector is happy with that. Again, beautiful card, whoever it's going to, enjoy it. The base box has also ended at $12,600, so again, similar to where I think we've seen them in the past few times.
Accurate.
The first edition Zard, this is a Beckett 8.5 thin stamp, has ended at $11,700. The Celebi has gone for $8,400. So if it was 9 before, it's not massively far off, but it has dropped a little bit.
I can't remember, but
after you said it, it did definitely sound similar.
Familiar.
Oh, nice. I won 7 bids. Congratulations.
What did you win?
Let us know what you won if you're happy to let us know. The championship arena ended at $4,920. Polyrath still holding in strong right there. The Masaki Alakazam went for $4,680. Looks like the Charizard got a last minute bid because that didn't have a bid on it when we last looked at it. Gyarados is still going.
Go on then. They went, go on then, bid.
Just a cheeky bid.
Yeah.
The first Ed Lugia in a Beckett 9.5 has ended at $3,960, and the Shadowless Zard in a CGC 9 has ended at $3,720. So this did end. It didn't get another bid. It's ended at $3,720.
I think that'll. I don't think that'll get another bid.
I mean, yeah, I'd be surprised.
Wow.
What's going on?
Wait,
the Scream Pika has gone to $3,000.
Someone, I think Mike said, was he talking about the Scream Pika? He said 2,800 is a mistake. I bet the buyer won't pay.
I mean,
it's now got another bid.
If there's another mistake, then
3,
yeah, I mean, like we said, that's definitely significantly up from where we've seen it recently. And both those ponchos down here, the shiny
The Magikarp. It's on the other page.
Oh, there's 2 of these.
Huh?
There's 2 of the shiny Zards.
Oh, yeah.
Both 20 million. Oh, no, that's a 45 million.
And maybe that person's bidding on the other one.
Maybe. Or maybe that, because it's got, like, even it having the newer cert and the newer label, you know what people are like, even though you can get the label changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So, our top item currently now, when we say top item, highest value, is $3,900, and it is the first edition Poliwrath. So we went from, was it just under 3,500, I think, in total tonight to 996.
3.3.
The Gold Star Zard hasn't moved yet. Oh, the Zoroark third grade winner has just jumped up to 3,700 right there. Oh, I can't, that Scream Pika. That's yeah, that's interesting. The Metal Zard is still going. I think we missed that a minute ago. Currently at 2,800. Where did you say that these were set? Did you have a figure on these?
I think it was 1.8. I closed my tab now. But I'm pretty sure it was 1.8.
Okay. That sounds about right now. You said it. Okay, we'll keep an eye and see where that one goes. The black label that the people picked this evening is at 2,600. Right, green tea with the statistic. 23rd of April, Screen Peak, a PSA 10 went for $2,040. So it's already, I mean, yeah, okay.
Not even a month.
It's going to be interesting to see if that's like a one-off with what's happening there, or whether there's something going on. That's literally just had a bid on it, jumping up to 2,700 as we were talking about it as well.
Yeah, the Metal Zard was 1.8.
Ponchos are still flying. They've got bids on them. So we didn't see this earlier, or we didn't talk about it. This is the Japanese Burning Shadows Rainbow Charizard. In English, it is number 1, a tough card to pull. Number 2, a tough card to grade. Burning Shadows is not the easiest set to grade. Centering, whitening, general.
Don't know what happened to those cards.
They just printed them without care. It's the only way I can describe it.
No TLC.
No, none at all. We got the Japanese version here in a PSA 10, currently at 1875. Gold Star Vaporeon in a 10. I think I must have flown past that earlier. We got some autos as well.
20 seconds left.
Oh, we're flying. Cooler Legends Raikou still going. I am just going to quickly jump to the first page. Just some intrigue to see where some of these go. That Screen Peaker in particular. Right, okay, 10 seconds to go, people. So it doesn't look like any of these. Something's just got a bid down there. That is the fan club Magikarp right there. Right, so let's see. It looks like the top 3 again. So some weeks we have it where there's like a real high value item or a few that keep going sort of all the way to the end, and then some weeks they drop off early. It really does just depend.
It's almost like people get their bids in early.
Yeah, true, for some of those, and then maybe sometimes there's someone else out there who's ready to challenge them. Right, okay, so the first edition Poliwrath has ended at $4,680. I can't remember what the one last week sold for, but we've literally seen them back to back. We've got the PSA 10 first edition Dark Charizard from Team Rocket ending at $4,680, and we've got the Gold Starzard in A9 ending at 4,608. I was like, hold on, I'm seeing double there.
We've seen a few winners in the building. We got Sacktown saying 2008 Hidden Fate, Shiny Rayquaza in the PSA 10. The 2015 Japanese EX Rayquaza Battle Deck PSA 8. 2013 Black and White Legendary Treasure Mew EX. Oh, nice. And an Arceus from Crown Zenith. Dude,
nice.
Going in.
And then Mike has just won one of the Mewtwo's. One of
one of my top 5 picks.
The Game Boy. Right, okay. Let's
Great
have a little
Rocket
look.
Mewtwo. Nice.
Plasma has ended at 4,320 right there. Pikachu's still going.
Wow.
I mean,
is it raining?
It is absolutely pouring out there. Yes, it is. The Gyarados, so the Pop 1 CGC Gyarados, the Holo from Skyridge, in at 4,200. Wow. Looks like the Zard Poncho. So did the other Zard Poncho end slightly less or slightly more?
It was like 3.6.
Okay, so not far off.
No.
Metal Zard has gone to 3,100.
It's getting close to
double.
double.
There it is, still going. The other copy down there. Kyron's Umbreon ended at 2,880.
Damn, that was my... Let me see if there's any more Umbreons for the last card standing.
Right, let's do a little... I'm sure there will be. Right, let's do a little refresh. We were on like 990. We have gone down to 344. Right, so now we have got the Fan Club Shining Magikarp at 3,700. We got the Zoroark third grade winner PSA 9 at 3,700 as well. We've got the Metal Zard has just jumped up again to 3,300. So it's interesting. I think people thought now that the floodgates have opened technically with these, we're going to see a lot more of these flooding the market, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see if these ones that are sort of early onto the market are going to sell at some big prices, seeing as we haven't had them graded in a long time and now they're actually in a suitable slab that can hold them. And then over time, as we start to see more and more and more of them, although I will say they are fairly hard to get in a 10 because of the way they are held in those boxes.
And the way they're packaged.
They are just I actually opened one Celebration GPC where both metal cards were no longer in their plastic casing. They were just chilling. They had been flying around that UPC.
They were in Toy Story.
So that's why I'm thinking, like, surely we're not going to see. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? What's up, Forox? How's it going, my friend?
Welcome in. Thank you for joining. If you've just joined and I haven't mentioned it since we've been here, guys, please be sure to hit that like button on your way in. Please be sure to be checking out the PWCC auction pinned at the top of the chat as well. You can be scrolling through. Taylor, how are we doing? Thank you for joining. The Screen Peaker 3,100. It's still going. It's still flying. Ponchos have started to halt a little bit on the bids right there. The Burning Shadows, Japanese Burning Shadows, sorry, Zard. In a 10 is at 2,100. The Full Art Sightseer from Tag Team GX All Stars in a PSA 10 currently at 2,100. So again, 2019. We were talking about, tag team, waifus, trainers, all that fun stuff.
They are definitely on the up at the moment.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the increase right there. Vaporeon Gold Star still going. Let's see if we can have a little scroll through. We've got a grand party here in a 9 tonight, currently at 725. First edition base set Squirtle in a 10 at 775. We've got some black labels. Oh, this is interesting. So in English, this is the promo that comes in the Charizard GPC.
Yep.
In Japanese, it's in the set. And here it is in a black label at $625. Oh, this is a
cool card.
This is vibey.
Yeah, it's called
Lizardon
Yeah,
versus
Lizardon.
Lugia. This is a Migi Series 7.
So cool.
And up here it's labelled as Charizard versus Lugia in a Beckett 9. So it's 95959585 there. As a Charizard collector, say if you know, money was no object and you could just buy in cool things, is that something you'd pick up? Yeah.
That's sick.
So that's pretty cool. Oh, I think we've just had a few items end right here. Let's go all the way to the top. So
Connor says Rainbow Charizard GX at 2,100 below what I thought it would be. Japanese.
Give it a chance. It might jump up. So the top 3 is still going. 3,700 on the Carp, 3,800 on the Zoroark, and 3,300 on the Metal Zard. 3,100 on the Scream Pika. 2,800 on the Shiny Zard right there, which we've already actually seen sell this evening, just a different copy. Both those ponchos have ended up going for 2,880, the pair of them, the Magikarp and the Gyarados. The Black Label Japanese World promo Pikachu is now at 3,200.
Yeah,
that's pumped up.
That's a big.
Yeah, it is pop 1 or 2. Again, we were talking about that. Sightseer ended up ending right there for 2,520. Japanese Ben and Shadow Zard still going. Let's do a little refresh. So we were on 344 items. Is there Umbreon still going?
There is one still going.
There's one.
Yep.
201.
Crosshatch Championships.
In a PSA 9, is that?
Yep.
Nice, $170. Okay, so the Metal Zard has had another bid. It's now at 3,300. Cool, the weather out there is
it's pretty bad.
Frightful.
You know, I was thinking that, and I was thinking,
so delightful.
It's not Christmas.
It's
though.
not Christmas, but we can be a bit Christmassy. Right, let's have a little look through and see. There'll be a few cards here. Oh, here we go. Talking about
Miriam.
So we have got the Chinese.
480.
Interesting. I mean, there's so many of that card out there, but I don't think I've seen a Chinese copy since we've been doing the streams, or if there has been, we've missed it. Right, let's do a little quick scroll through and see where we are. We have seen a few of these before. They are really cool. They're like an optical illusion, kind of. Did it give you that vibe, or is that just me? That's just me. I'll stop talking. Okay, right, let's keep going. Oh, look at that. What a cute card. So a friend of mine actually picked up one of these a few months ago. I actually middlemanned one, and it was the first time I'd ever seen one in person, which was pretty cool.
Is that fireworks in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
It's really nice, but it's like, yeah, it's really cute. Let's keep going and see. Oh, PSA 10 Level X Arceus, but it's the Japanese right there. I know the Butler has one of those. He's a big. Oh, here's your Umbreon.
There he is.
There he is, surviving. Question is, will he make it though? Okay, a lot of these getting bids right here. We got the Gold Mew from Celebrations. Feel like it's been a while since we've seen that in a PSA 10 right there. Let's keep going through, see what else we have got going on. A lot of Bandai, a lot of Migi, a lot of stickers. These pencil boards as well, we're seeing a lot of them.
So this is what I don't understand about the waifu stuff, right? Go up, there's a Misty card right there. Surely...
She's waifuing, if I've ever seen it.
Surely, if you're into waifus, that's
as waifu as it's going to get.
That's as waifu as you're going to get. We just saw one go for 2,100. I mean... The math ain't mathing. Make it make sense.
We're putting that on a t-shirt. The math ain't mathing. I mean, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. But let's say this Misty in a 10 is really expensive. Obviously, here we have it in a CGC 9. But, again.
We move.
We do indeed. Lenticular Mudkip right there. I know someone of the name of Breezy would like that. Oh, no. Swampert, sorry. He's still like that.
That is Mudkip.
What?
It evolves. It probably is like a holographic where it like shows all the evolution line.
Oh, is it both where it...
Yeah, like you move it and it'll like...
So these lenticular cards in person, I don't know how I feel about them. They are... I saw one at La Gala and I don't know.
Not a fan.
Right, this I was talking about with the Butler the other day. This Charizard Braixen...
Yep.
I feel like this could be a big one down the line. I
think?
actually think the artwork on this is incredible.
It's
Maybe
cool.
it's just me. I feel like this is a bit slept on.
Did you ever buy the collection box it came from?
No. I had a
Unified
friend
Minds.
selling a copy, the English copy, in a PSA 9 recently. I think it was like $120 or something. But
I think I've got like 2 or 3 of these raw.
I just feel like this is one that, like, further down the line, I don't know. I just think it's
really cool.
It's really nice. I really like that. Have we just missed the I think we just missed the window. Let's go back. A few of these. We got a tops pack right there, graded in a 10. Pretty cool, like that. So there is
that Camilla?
several copies right here. Let's have a look.
I think it's Camilla. Oh, my Umbreon sold.
We got a 10, and a 10. They're all we got one at 96, one at 98. One's just sold. That's pretty cool as well. Let's do a zoom in here.
Yeah, Camilla.
Yeah, Camilla artwork. I mean,
Just tell. What's Snorlax eating? Oh, berries. I literally thought they were legs. I was like, wow, Snorlax.
oh, that's cute.
That's cool.
That's cute. That would be a nice one to add. Right, let's go back to the top and see what our highest item is. I'm intrigued to see. Okay, right. So it looks like the Scream Pika has ended. The fan club Zard ended. The fan club Carp ended. I'm looking at the Charizard while talking about it. This is becoming this is starting to fly up right now.
Pop 1 or 2. Black Label 2. It looks really nice.
The Metal Zards had another bid though, pushing it through. Vintage Greg with the super chat right here. Thank you. Fun request. Either of you two got to connect to a Kyber 25th anniversary briefcase. Also, Dean is so right. Misty gets passed over. Don't get the waifu hype.
Yeah, it's weird.
Right.
When does that briefcase come out? Because that looks cool.
All I hear the Butler and Dean talking about is Kyber.
Kyber.
All the time. Kyber this, Kyber that.
Yeah, no, actually, have you seen that briefcase, Butler?
Is that the one with
The 3 blue eyes in it.
out?
It's out now.
Out last year.
Huh? Did it? No, I thought.
One of them did.
I can confirm Dean doesn't have the plug for it.
Yeah, I don't have the plug for it. But when does that come out, Greg? Do you know? It looks cool.
I saw one of those last year.
Butler's saying last year. You're asking the wrong person, asking me. If it has been out for...
Did
do
you
know
see
anyone
a
who's
video?
got one?
Did you see a video? Or did you actually physically...
I've seen them.
Oh. Right.
Have you got one? Okay.
But there's been a new video dropped about them, like in the last month or two. Oh, man.
I've just seen, I don't know what you're talking about. I've just seen a brief.
25th, the Kyber 25th anniversary briefcase.
I don't know if that's what I've seen.
Right.
Pretty sure it's been out. Okay.
Oh, mad.
Greg, not that we know of,
No.
but if any of us do, I will definitely let you know. Have you found a LaMelo Ball card yet? I have seen plenty, all of them way out of the price bracket for a gift for my brother. So he is going to have to wait until we are on a different level financially before I'm buying him that as a gift. I did buy him some basketball cards. Couldn't tell you what they were. They were on the shelf in Target and I picked them up for him. Don't know what I'm doing when I'm buying sports cards, but
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue.
he enjoys it.
Wouldn't have a
So
Scooby-Doo.
30 has that just gone up again to 3,900?
I think it was on 3,900.
I mean, damn, Daniel. We got 111 cards left right here. So we're starting to get down to the nitty gritty. Still got over 10 minutes left. It could be an earlier end on tonight. So, although a lot of these are actually getting bids, I take that back.
My first time using PWCC, so I was watching the card like a hawk. That's what you got to do, man. Can't
Love
miss
it.
out. Can't miss out. Cannot miss out. I think I just said misc. Don't know why I added a K in there.
Who's Misk?
Misc.
Who is Misk?
Can't miss out.
Green Tea sent 458, Greg. That's as far as my connection runs. Okay.
eBay's the plug.
I mean, if you want to buy one, I mean, again, wouldn't even know pricing. If anyone knows Kyber, it's these two. But unfortunately, not tonight.
It should have been me. Umbreon, unfortunately, is no longer the last card
Right,
standing.
so I was Squirtle. Butler was Pikachu. Butler's safe because it's currently the top card, huh? You're winning, but I'm just going to give this its 20 seconds and then I'm going to see.
Squirtle.
Well,
Let's see what Squirtle is.
let's see where Squirtle is.
Oh, you're out as well.
Oh no, the Butler won. But some of you in the chat might still be winning.
Did someone say Snorlax? I feel like
someone said
Snorlax.
Electrode. Someone said Politoed.
Snorlax is out.
Oh, damn. Right, okay. Let's
think
have a
someone said
look.
Articuno.
Okay, so the Vaporeon Gold Star has sold for $2,160. Only a few have sold on this top page, actually. Gonna do a little refresh right there.
that one just got a bid.
We're getting a few bids, right? Let's do a little refresh and see where we are. 111. Last Articuno just sold them out too. Damn, people aren't as lucky this time. Okay, Pikachu still holding number one. We're down to 77 cards, guys. Let's get scrolling through. Shiny Star v Marnie in a perfect 10, 600.
What? Wow. Fair enough.
If it floats your boat. Right, we're down to 4 pages, so we should be able to get through all of these before the next. I mean, poor Marnie. Misty. We're just talking about Marnie.
Yeah.
Poor Misty getting overlooked. I mean, I can see where people are coming from on that one. We got some EX era reverses, which are pretty cool. That's cute.
That's cool.
That is the Scarlet Violet Pokemon Center pre-order bonus online. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the new starters on there. Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and that's been labelled as Quaxley, but it's Quaxley.
Yeah, Quacks.
I was like, hold on a minute. That's definitely Quaxley. We got another CGC. Is that a pristine 10 right there from Crown Zenith? Chansey is still... That was in my top 5 as well. I should have gone Chansey.
I should have gone Charizard.
I shouldn't have cancelled myself out like that. I love that Cresselia.
I think I have
It's a beauty. That's the Black Star promo version, but it's so nice, the artwork on that. There is loads and loads of Cardass vending.
Hoping we get a Misty Trainer SIR. Oh, that would be so good.
That's cool.
That would be really cool. Oh, that's sick. Pokemon
Pop
Snap.
1 of 1 as well, and a Beckett 10.
Is that the card you used for like Blockbusters?
Yeah, it is. It says Blockbuster on it. Blockbuster video.
Yeah, so you would use this card. Oh, that's sick.
It's got the chip on it as well.
That's cool. You'd use the card.
2,000. I'm going to keep that open. I want to see where that goes. Right, let's keep going. Zach, appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Look how many Bandai there are tonight.
It always is like.
There is, but there's never normally that many. It's like the whole Daniel Arsham stickers last week. You should have gone Blastoise. There was a Turtok.
What is Turtok?
So Turtok is the French, and I think Tortank is the German.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
sick.
seen a Tortank since your last Tortank.
I thought Tortank was French.
I don't know. You might have to... Don't quote me on that, but I love that. And in a Beckett 10. Pop 1 of 1. See, I do like that Beckett grades some of these weird and wonderful things. Cool. So they're just cool to have encapsulated, basically. You know, it's safe, it's secure, it's in the slab. I mean... Oh, I love that. I really love that.
Where is that highlighting?
So I've never bid while we've been doing these live streams before.
Did you just bid on something?
No, I'm potentially about to.
Tortank is French. No.
Tortank is French.
Yeah.
Are you shaking your head to tell me no? Don't bid on this.
I don't know anymore.
It's the Blockbuster, yeah. I think it's really cool. Tortank is French. So what's Turtok then?
I don't know where you got that one from. Pokemon Snap. I think there's a Charmander one. Oh, she's bid. Pokemon Snap. I
have bid on it.
Buster.
I don't normally sit here and bid, but that has just drawn me in this
here
week.
We go.
Oh my goodness, this has gone up again to 4,100.
Look, there's a Charmander one.
Oh yeah.
Pikachu.
Squirtle, Pikachu. So that's the whole set. Is that the whole set 9.5? How much is that up for?
1,150.
And they're all 9.5s, are they, on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this one is I've been outbid. No, I have not.
I think you find you have.
Shouldn't have said anything. Dean missed it last week. I won the Rainbow Card GX in a 9. That's why I was curious about the 10 this week. Yes.
Who's this?
Connor, because you know Connor's been buying loads of rainbows since we've been doing this.
Sick.
So the Metal Zada's just gone for $4,200. The Pikachu has just jumped up to 4,500.
What?
Let's do a refresh. If there is someone in the chat trying to challenge me here, please do not. I really want this card. We got the Raikou. So every single week we see loads of Raikou, Entei, Suicune. We've been over the Gold Star Legendary Beast story. This time in a pristine CGC 10. We always see lots of CGC copies. So currently we're down to 47, and
might be the last card standing.
The top 2 items are both black labels.
Yep.
Okay, let's leave that little one there and hope no one comes back for that. The Chinese Miriam's still going 525. Sorry. We got a first ed Typhlosion.
Nice.
Not the T17, the 18. In a CGC Gem Mint 9.5. What else have we got up here? The Lizardon and Lugia's still going. I'm safe with that for now. We didn't see what your was it your Sizer ended at in your top 5? Yeah, we might have to look back at that. Misty's still going, bumped up to 155.
She's starting to get the respect she deserves.
She does indeed. Justice for Misty. So we're down to 2 pages right now. Right, let's see where we are. Couple of Hollow Misties. I think that's really cute as well. Again, only came out, what, end of last year probably?
The Fuecoco starters, yeah.
Chansey still got... I should have gone for Chansey for last card standing right here.
Those blockbuster cards are actually really cool.
Do you know what? Oh, no.
They're actually really cool.
I feel like I can't miss this chance to get the 10 as well. Are you just finding loads of different... Dean's just finding some copies online. Oh, that's still the same listing. Sorry, I thought you were looking at an individual one right there.
No, that's the only one I could find.
Interesting. Is there any raw, or was there... No.
There was one for like $26.
Okay. But again, that looks like it's seen better days as well. That's scratched up.
Yeah.
Dean's... Oh, okay. Dean's Sizer ended at 564.
Oh, what
that was that a PSA 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Then, like I said, the Beckett went for 1.5k. So that is a little bit of a big difference. Bit of a big difference there.
Okay, right. So we have got a minute 37. So this, I kind of, it came out of a bit left field. Number one, that it's like the last, it's the highest value left. We've obviously, it's been slowly bumping up throughout. We've been streaming. This was actually your guys' top pick as well, which is pretty cool.
Subscribers win the last card standing.
It's Beckett graded black label. It's pop 1 or 2 as well. It's a beautiful card. It's from the Pikachu World promo collection. If there is someone in this chat, I'd really like this card, people.
I'm not letting you have it.
It's the first time as well that I've ever bid while I've been doing the live stream, because nothing's... There we go. Oh, well, I've been actively bidding. Sometimes I've placed my bids before, quite a few times actually, but everything's ended up going quite expensive. But yeah, come on. Dean, there's a CGC 9 Charmander blockbuster. Is that the one you were just looking at? No, you were looking at the whole set.
Wait, where? I tried looking for that.
Right, so we are down to 20 seconds right here. I'm really intrigued to see where this Pikachu's going to go, because this is really bumping up now. Let's see what we got. A few of these have had bids. So we are at 47 cards left, and we're about to get to the minute windows as well. So this is where it normally gets a little bit crazy because it goes quickly. Right, let's do a little refresh right here.
Green tea, drop me a Discord.
Right, so 47 cards.
Link me in the Discord.
Down to 30 cards. I might have to move that off the screen so people can't see what my max bid is.
Where are you going with that?
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Right. I'm kind of hoping I get it, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, right. So, Pikachu's still there at 4,600. The Black Label Kadabra right there is at 1,450. Marnie's gone up to 700. 700. What else have we got? Green tea did. Ah.
Oh.
Green tea is just right. The Pika went for 5,520.
5,520.
That's
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pop 2.
Right, so we're down to 18 cards now. 18 cards still going.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You got bread like that.
Kadabra. So our top is a.
Huh? She's been bidding for the last 5 minutes.
I've never been so. Connor, who is it?
I can name fingers and point names of those conspiring against your blockbuster card. Oh no. Hey guys, I picked up a couple of cards tonight. Raikou Goldstar 9.
Oh, nice.
And Entei Goldstar 6.
That's
Thomas.
some huge pickups there, Thomas. Very, very nice.
Right.
Right. I'm at where I'm at. Right. Sorry, wrong screen, guys. Right. Let's have a little refresh right there. Okay. I am gutted whoever's going to get that Jigglypuff.
Congrats. Because you can get one for $12.99 on eBay.
Yeah, but in what condition?
Let's find out.
Okay. Right, let's see where we are. So we've got 10 seconds to go.
Nice one. This was very nice.
And the Kadabra and the Skarmory there have just had a bid as well. So they're still going. I feel like we've got quite a few items left. Like now we're in the minute windows. Let's have a look. I give up.
Fair battle.
I give up. Whoever wins that Jigglypuff, we're no longer friends. Oh, Pokeslam won the Charizard, the Lizardon versus
sick.
Lugia.
Congrats, Pokeslam.
I'm gutted on that. That's ruined my Monday.
There's an illustrator on eBay.
Yeah, we know whose that is. There's 6 cards left. Look carefully. Use your eyes and your ears and your mind.
Why has someone linked me that?
Someone linked you that?
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
I got the price there of the that Jigglypuff is. You've bid on it again?
No.
Oh.
Someone else has. There's other people now in on that. So I regret saying anything right there. I should have slyly just, I've been outbid. I know I've been outbid. So there are 4 items left. Did anyone guess Skarmory, Jigglypuff? No one would have guessed Lana. Or Druddigon.
No.
I don't think anyone did.
I can't believe that Jigglypuff has made it till the end.
I mean,
I feel like you were a big player in that.
I know, but it looks like there's 2 other people after it now. I am gutted, but I'm gonna leave it there with that one.
I mean,
quick touch Butler's
I
mohawk.
feel like after we've done some price research on different.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just things you see that pop up that you don't see pop up very often, and you just think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna give that one a go.
We've still got 2 seconds though. Looks like someone has just won it.
Whoever won that, $300. Okay, I probably wouldn't have gone to $300. So, congrats.
I think it's an alright price. Did you want it that bad? Did you want it?
Yeah, I did want it that badly. You're just rubbing it in now. Right, we're down to our last.
What if it was a Chansey? Imagine if it was Chansey, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, fair play.
Yeah, but it wasn't Chansey.
Exactly, it was Jigglypuff. Do you care about Jigglypuff?
It was a really cool card. I want to put the set together now. Okay, my eyes have been opened.
Oh no.
To craziness. Right, guys. So, just a little reminder: we will be back next Sunday. We're actually going to be at Comic-Con. Oh no, that's in 2 weeks' time. We're going to be at Comic-Con, but just on the Friday. We're not going to be there. You're not going on the Saturday or Sunday, are you?
No.
So yeah, we will be back this time next week. Do remember to keep an eye on my Instagram story for when I ask you about your top picks. And then also, Skarmory's the last Pokemon standing. Wouldn't have chosen that. So if anyone did think that silently and didn't tell anyone, there we go. So just want to say thank you very much for watching. As always, make sure you hit the like button. I will catch you guys tomorrow on Whatnot. I will catch you back on YouTube on Wednesday. You'll be on Whatnot tomorrow as well.
Tomorrow.
And you're streaming YouTube on Tuesday.
Base set 2 box break.
Oh, big box break, guys. Dean's doing base set 2. Head over to pokedean.com to secure your packs. It's going to be huge. It's going to be exciting.
I'm going to pull that Charizard. It's going to be crazy.
I'm out for dinner Tuesday night, but I will actually set you up at the dinner table.
Appreciate it.
That's commitment right there. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you all on the next stream. Have a great rest of the day, evening, wherever you are, and good night.